Welcome and thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. It is Friday, March 30th, and we're very glad you're with us on Charter Channel 8, cable TV in the Owatonna area, or our Facebook page, or YouTube, or Google, blip.tv. You can find us in all of those ways. And of course, please take note of our email address on the screen and our cell phones throughout the course of the program. It's a great way to get us information as well. We pass along a lot of announcements at the end of the program, and we're always looking for ideas for guests and show topics. And of course, we would not be coming to you at all if it were not for the generosity of our Owatonna Today Show supporters. We thank them very much. We hope you will too when you're on and about and see them and patronize their businesses as well. Our premier supporters are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Mayo Clinic Health System Owatonna, the Owatonna Public Utilities, and Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County. Primary supporters are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Little Theater of Owatonna, the Owatonna Care Center, and Steele County Historical Society. And our interlude supporters, Abraham Consulting Technologies, Summit Mortgage, A+ Sew and Back, Glenn Mager and Tim Thomas of the Brickmaker Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clare Bridge of Owatonna, Carlson Brandstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care Professionals, Clancher and Son Landscaping and Concrete, Napa Auto Parts, the Owatonna Business Incubator, Pizza Ranch of Owatonna, Profinium Financial, Snap Fitness, and TPS Insurance. If you're interested in becoming a supporter, please get a hold of Leanne at 390-5751. She'll be very happy to get you a supporter packet for your consideration. And if you're ever interested in sending a contribution to the program to keep us on the air, you can do that by sending it to Owatonna Today at 1130 North Elm here in Owatonna. Great show for you today. We do have one of our show supporters on first. When we come back from our break, Shawn McNulty is joining us for Brookdale Senior Living. A little bit later on in the program, we'll be talking about beds for kids. So let's take this break and we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
I'm Dan Brandstad of Carlson Brandstad and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Greetings from the site of your History Center. As you can see, construction is almost completed and we expect to begin moving in during January. We still need your help to raise the funds needed to burn the mortgage and reimburse our investors. We hope you'll consider a donation towards this new chapter in Steele County history today.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us here on this Friday, March 30th. And we didn't plan it, but we almost could have. Shawn McNulty and I are kind of twins here with our
That was kind of funny.
I didn't call her, she didn't call me, but here we are. And we're looking springy, and it's very nice to have you on the program, as always.
Thank you.
For Brookdale Senior Living, and of course the two communities
Yes.
of Sterling House and Clare Bridge. So,
Yes, and we're always excited to be here, so
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you for your supportership.
Yep.
So people may have noted here in the newspaper recently a wonderful acknowledgement for you.
Yes, we were surprised by another team of ours in the metro area. We had achieved 100% occupancy about 3 weeks ago, and so they actually had sent us 100 green carnations. It was St. Patty's Day week, and they all know I'm very proud of my Irish heritage as well. And so they sent 100 green carnations, and we celebrated 100% along with the press, which was really nice just to have that acknowledgement.
That is. So you're at 100% right now in both of the communities.
Yes.
And just for our viewers, again, who may be joining us for the first time, or if they've don't know about you for some reason, we've got Sterling House and Clare Bridge, and the two communities are what, Shawn?
We are assisted living and memory care. So our Sterling House is assisted living, which means anybody that needs any sort of physical help or maybe just some help with medications, meals, they can come in. Obviously we have bedrooms, suites is what we have. So they live with us there. We provide 3 meals a day, and we can do anywhere from real minimal care, like I said, just that medication management and meals, to people can stay with us through end of life at the Sterling House.
Okay.
Clare Bridge is our memory care community, so anybody that comes into our memory care community does have a diagnosis of some form of dementia, whether it's Alzheimer's Association, Alzheimer's, Lewy body, frontal lobe. It can stroke-induce any sort of dementia, and they can come in. We're a secured unit there, so they're able to come live with us safely. which is very nice.
And there are activities planned at all of them? I know you're always talking about those things going on within the communities. Families always invited in, and there's fun things going on.
We do. We really try to stay very active within the communities of our 2 buildings, and then also within the community of Owatonna too. So we definitely do. We have lots of fun things going on, lots of music, different events. So we have a carnival coming up in May, which the public will be invited to too, which is going to be very exciting.
It really becomes, I think, a second family. Obviously, they have family members who are still coming and visiting, but the communities feel very family-oriented to me when I've been there.
Yes, absolutely, and that's our goal. We want people to, that's what we want people to feel, because it's a big change for people. When you need that help, we want you to come in. We want you to know that we're going to be there for you no matter what's going on with mom or dad or your spouse. We're going to support the family. We're going to support them. You know, we laugh together. We cry together. It's you never know what the day will bring.
Exactly, exactly. Let's talk about the elderly waiver contract too. That's significant happening recently for you.
Yes, we were very excited. In November, we received the ability to use the elderly waiver contract, and what that means for us and what it means for the community is we are now able to serve the entire population, senior population, in Steele County. You don't have to just be private pay, which is what we used to be.
Okay.
So when you came in before, a year ago, you would have had to pay privately or with long-term care insurance. The elderly waiver now is, what that is county assistance. So if somebody comes in with us and needs that additional financial support, they can get that through the county and stay with us.
Very nice.
Yeah, it has been an absolutely wonderful wonderful change for us. We have families who have been supporting us for many years that would have had to move down the road, not having the contract, and so now that we have it, they're able to stay with us, and we're able to serve seniors who don't have the financial means right now can come in and live with us because we get that support from the county.
So it gives them that option of being able to come and stay with you, and
absolutely,
and you have other options as well. So when you talk about 100% occupancy, that means that you are full right now. Both of the communities are full. However, that it's always in a state of flux, as you mentioned. You've got end-of-life issues in some cases, and so there are openings. So we don't want to discourage people from coming and taking a tour of the communities and seeing what it's all about.
Absolutely, and that is just, you put it very well. You know, things change day to day, so you know, we may be full right now. We may have an opening next week. We could have an opening tomorrow. So I always encourage families to give me a call, come in, see the community, get on the waiting list, which is very important, and that's important when you're looking at any sort of senior housing. You always want to plan and educate as much as you can. It's something we talk about all the time when I'm on the show. And so, you know, if you can get 1 or 2 steps ahead of the situations, that's the best way. So to plan as much as you can.
You know, in all aspects of our life, at any age, that's very important. The more we plan, the more we think ahead to the what ifs, the what, you know, when this happens, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's very important, but specifically so when we get to these issues that we're talking about. We're talking about needing some assistance, or we're talking about memory care. And maybe that's not even been a diagnosis yet, but maybe a family knows that maybe where they're headed.
Yes.
To really come and take a look and be proactive and say, what is out there? If this comes to pass, what are my options? And I think it's so nice that you have the 2 different alternatives there for people to look at. There may be some who may never need memory care. There may be some that do, and or all types of the assisted living. But just to come and take a tour, and as you mentioned, maybe they're not ready yet and they're just finding out information.
Absolutely.
Maybe they're ready to go on a waiting list.
Yep. And I think, too, the more involved that a parent or a spouse can be in the decision. So when you get that diagnosis, for example, with dementia, you usually get that diagnosis early stage. It's very difficult for spouses and for adult caregivers to make that ultimate decision. You know, do we move mom or dad? Do I move my husband, or do I move my wife? Start looking at those different things so you know what the plan is, and they are part of that plan. So down the road, if that is a decision that needs to be made, you know how they felt at the very beginning.
Exactly. And a lot of times there's other family members that are in the conversation and want to have some input, or certainly want to be in the loop and know what's going on, and have you've got kind of that buy-in sort of situation then when you get to that. And not dissimilar from a lot of other important decisions that we make in our life. But certainly this one would be. So give you a call. You're generally speaking going to be the one that they speak with, Shawn?
Yep. I'll be usually your first contact, unless for some reason I'm not right there, but they all know how to get a hold of me. So you can reach me at 507-451-2727. 6914, or on my cell phone, which is 363-2181.
Okay, well, the 100% speaks to the job that you do and the care that you give and the care that they get there, and the elderly waiver contract is certainly a good thing for you too, and for residents in our community.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about your involvement in outside of your communities. Then you're always involved in the community, and there was a fun thing that was happening last year, and you're bringing it back.
Yes, we are super excited. Last year we did for the first time Pie in the Park, and it was a great success. We actually had community members asking us to continue doing it, to come back down, and it was during Thursday night's Music in the Park with the Chamber. And so we are super excited that that'll be starting up again, and we're hoping, we started late last summer doing it, so we're going to try to start early this summer and to do that. And last year we raised about $1,200 for the Alzheimer's Association. And so we are hoping to double that this year.
Sure.
And it's a free will donation. There's homemade pies that are donated by a community, like Perkins and the Kitchen, different organizations that did that. So we're very, very excited. It was a lot of fun. The residents were a part of it. Community's a part of it, and it's a great cause.
You know, I think when you first started it, I think I remember having a conversation with you. You were probably on the show just prior to getting it started, and I know you were excited, but nobody really knew how it would go over. Are they going to want this Pie in the Park? What's going to go on? And it was just met with such great response. It's kind of like, who doesn't like pie?
That's what we
said. Want to have pie in the park when they're listening to music in Owatonna. How fun is that?
Exactly, and to hear the stories of how so many people have been affected by Alzheimer's, and you know, it touches your heart, and to know that we're doing just a little bit to help with that cause. So it's a wonderful opportunity to just have a piece of pie, throw in a couple bucks, and it all goes to the Alzheimer's Association, 100% of it.
We will look forward to that too, and I know you'll keep us posted on any and all things that are happening. There's a lot of educational things that you do, support groups and things like that, and of course we'll keep announcing them as you keep sending them to us. So keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you.
Always a pleasure having you here, and we'll try to match next time you come on the program. And I was just thinking about that as we get to our next guest. We're actually going to kind of cover all the age spectrum here. Our next guests are going to be talking about beds for kids. And
and it's a great organization.
I know. I can't wait to talk to them too. And you have beds for the older folks, and they've got some beds for kids. So
that's
we'll be
right.
talking about
we'll
that.
take care of it.
Contact information, of course, for Shawn is at Brookdale Senior Living, and there it is on the screen for you again to get a hold of you. And again, thanks for your supportership.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Have a great spring. We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Don't let the cold winter weather stop you from exercising. Keep up your fitness program at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. We offer a variety of different membership packages available in daily, monthly, and yearly basis. We also have a variety of programs and services to help the newest of members get started and help those who have been around for a while improve on what they're doing. The Tennis and Fitness Center participates in insurance reimbursement programs with a variety of different insurance providers that could make you eligible for up to $20 credit each month. For more information about the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, call us at 444-4290.
Hello, I'm Matthew Camp, the new plastic surgeon at Mayo Clinic Health System of Owatonna and Albert Lee. I trained in medical school at Wake Forest in North Carolina and completed plastic surgery training in Southern California at Loma Linda. Plastic surgeons provide a wide range of aesthetic and reconstructive surgery. We operate from head to toe. I look forward to meeting you.
Hi, this is Amy Swain, certified audiologist and owner of Amy Swain Hearing Centers. Do you find you have difficulty hearing the television? Well, now there's a solution. There's a new hearing aid by Siemens Hearing Instruments that allows you to get a direct audio signal from your television set, and you actually hear the TV through your hearing aids. Call me at 451-3879 for an appointment, and I can give you a free demonstration. That's 451-3879 at Amy Swain Hearing Centers.
Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us here on this Friday, March 30th. And we welcome in studio Sara and Jim Packard. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking beds for kids and kind of ran all ages, or all the spectrum of age here on today's program.
Yes.
And we're very excited to talk to you and learn a little bit more about the program. But before we do that, let's find out who you are. Both of you born and raised here in the area, right? Sara, your maiden name is?
I was Schramm,
Okay.
Sara Schramm.
All right.
So
And
Joe
parents?
and Kathy
Okay.
were my parents.
All right, and people would know them. And you graduated when?
I graduated from OHS in 1996.
Okay. All right. And then what did you do after that?
I actually am a physician assistant with Owatonna Clinic currently, and so I went to college and lived in North Dakota, then South Dakota, then we were back around the Twin Cities, and then we actually had lived down in Tennessee for about 4 years, and then we moved back to Owatonna almost 4 years ago now.
Okay, well, we are very glad to have you back. And Jim, yourself, grew up here in the area as well.
Yep, I moved here when I was about 6, and then my mom and dad are Jim and Ann Packard, who now live in St. Michael. But so yeah, she kind of gave the rundown of where we've been since I graduated in 1997. Okay. And we met shortly after high school, about a year after high school. And
we were laughing. I asked them that ahead of time. Were you high school sweethearts? No, we didn't know each other in high school. We met after high school, but here we were, and here we are again.
Yep.
So, and back to Owatonna, and we're very glad to have you here in the community. Let's talk about how Beds for Kids got started. Whose idea was this, and where did it come from?
Yeah, back in about 2003, I worked as a cable technician for in town here and in Faribault. And I went into had the opportunity to go into a lot of people's homes. Sure. And then there I would see kids lying on the floor or sleeping on air mattresses or sleeping on couches, and it just didn't sit right with me. And so Sara and I, from 2003 to a couple of years ago, I had conversations off and on, like, what can we do for these kids? How can we help these kids? And then one day we said, let's just make 4 beds and see what happens. So a group of guys from my Bible study got together, and we put together 4 beds and set up the beds at a local event here in town that helped out the people in need. And we had, I think, 40 kids sign up for beds that one day.
4 beds? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, the 4 that were made, but
right.
Okay,
and
really.
So we were just overwhelmed from the get-go of what are we going to do? We don't have any money, you know. But the community immediately just got behind us, and we were able to get those 40 beds out and then some now. So it's
well. Let's just think back to childhood, and I had a bed, you had beds, you know, and maybe we take it for granted, but there you were going into these houses, and they had a roof over their head, and they were providing for or being provided for. Maybe they had some assistance or whatever to get help with meals and things, but they didn't have maybe something to call their very own, which is our bed. I mean, that's one of the things that we get to say, this is my space, this is my safe haven, this is where I sleep and dream and do all those things. So what a special thing to think about. It seems like such a simple thing, but really impactful as well.
Right.
So,
and studies even show that obviously if kids aren't in a bed, they don't sleep as well, their quality of sleep is less, and studies reveal that kids don't do as well in school then, the obesity rates are higher. You know, it really affects, our sleep affects a lot of other areas in our life. It's not just a comfort.
Exactly. If I didn't sleep in my bed, if I had to sleep on the floor every day or on a, you know, semi-uncomfortable air mattress or whatever, I'm sure I couldn't function as well. None of us could. So it's really important. And it sounds like you started designing the beds. They get to have a little bit of input into how their bed is designed, or does it bring a flavor of each child?
Yeah, sometimes if we have the opportunity, we like to give them bedding that that fits their personality. Of course, we always try to get it gender based, but it's based on what we get donated as well. But yeah, if for instance, one time this little girl really loved Hannah Montana, and we happened to have a Hannah Montana set, and we brought it in, and her eyes just lit up, so excited about it, and so it was really neat. So yeah, definitely if we can, but it's not always possible. So.
Sure, and anything I'm sure is very, very welcome. So some of those early success stories really, and I'm sure the joy that you saw really spurred you on to do more and better. Were you able to fill those first 40 orders, and how quickly, and how did you do it?
Yeah, we were able to get out those first 40, and we're actually approaching 100 beds coming up fairly soon. It's just been through people helping out in the community in their spare time, a lot of work, and it's just been really exciting. I've been able to go on every bed delivery and see every kid, so it's been just a lot of fun to go in, and very gratifying,
Okay. Well, let's talk about how someone, now you said at that first event you brought it to them to something, but as we go forward now, how are they finding out about you? I mean, what kind of resources are funneling them to you?
Well, a lot of people have just heard about us through word of mouth, and so people can self-refer. If they've got a child that's in need of a bed, they can contact us either with a phone call, which our number is 413-3301.
Okay.
So they could go ahead and call, and we can get their information and get them on our waiting list. We also have We've networked with social workers, the county, individuals through the clinic, and so a lot of our referrals, I'd say the majority of our referrals at this point are coming from social workers or school social workers from within Owatonna.
Okay.
But we still do have people that self-refer also.
Okay. Are there certain qualifications then that the family has to meet, or the child for the bed to be given, made, donated?
There are not financial qualifications or restrictions. The children do need to be ages 2 through 18 to receive a bed. And as I had mentioned earlier, we do have a waiting list, unfortunately, and hopefully we won't always have a waiting list. We'd love to be able to just have a bunch of beds ready to give out right away.
Nice.
But so they go on a waiting list, we take their information, and the waiting list, it fluctuates. Sometimes it's within 2 weeks, sometimes it's 2 to 3 months before we're able to get that bed in their home.
Okay.
But then we actually do go into the home, we set up the beds for them, and it's all twin beds that we make, and so they're twin beds that they receive, and it comes complete with a mattress and pillow and all the bedding, so then they're set.
Oh, how special. I'm seriously, I think that the smiles must just pay for themselves
Yeah,
a
it's
thousandfold.
wonderful. Yeah.
So if so they can get referred if somebody that's watching our program right now even knows of someone that's in a situation that has a child that might need. So along with that, you need volunteers, you need donations. I mean, a program like this doesn't exist unless you have people and the funds to keep it going. If someone's interested in getting involved, how can they best get a hold of you?
Yeah, the best way would be to go onto our website, which is bedsforkidsmn.org.
Okay.
And that would be the best way, or they can catch us on Facebook as well. Excuse me. Sometimes they also can give us a call as well too, but we try to keep our website and Facebook updated with current things that we're doing and times that are available to come out and help.
Okay.
Build some beds. We are doing a lot more of manufactured beds as well with the handmade beds, and those go together a lot quicker, which our goal is to get the beds out quicker. And so sometimes a massive amount of volunteers aren't needed for those beds. But groups of people, Bible studies, we got some women from the high school that want to get together and come out and help. Groups that we can set up a time for them to come out is always a great thing, and we can get a lot of stuff done in a short period of time.
Well, there are always a lot of church groups and other organizations that need to do some community service. Need to, I say, and I always say that because they come away from it, I think, getting way more out of it than they put into it, but have certain obligations there that they need to do for community service, and this could be one of those types of things where a group of individuals or maybe a family gets together and wants to do something too. You mentioned Beds for Kids MN. Are there other organizations like this in addition to right here in our area?
There are a couple that we're aware of. I know that there's one on the East Coast, and then there's one down south in one of the southern states. I don't recall exactly where. And there may be more that we don't know about. We're not affiliated or connected with them. In fact, we didn't know about them when we started this. And then
Just
there's
your
also
own unique idea.
there's also a couple groups around Minnesota that have come in contact with us one way or another and are interested in trying to do something similar to this in their towns up in northern Minnesota. So I think hopefully that'll get up and going and they'll be able to be successful too.
So you're like a pilot program then for others to come and look
In some
at.
ways, yes.
I know. We were going to try to share some pictures too, but unfortunately our technology didn't talk to each other. And but I know you have a lot of those things posted on your website too, and again, you probably are posting things on Facebook as well.
What donations do you look for? Besides
Types
money?
of donations? Leanne asked.
We do collect donations of bedding.
Okay.
Everything that we receive and then give out needs to be brand new. It cannot even be gently used. So if someone wanted to donate pillows, Any bedding or bedding sets that would fit a twin-size bed, that would be very helpful also.
Okay. Keeping in mind the ages of the children can be anywhere from 2 to 18, so maybe there's a theme, or maybe there's just something more generic that you want to do, and I'm sure that's always welcome. And those needs are kept current too on your website, so you can go on there and again, you'll kind of find a spot either to donate or give money or give items that you need. And what a great thing! I know you have an annual fundraiser. We won't even have time to talk about it now, but in December, so maybe we'll have you back on for a little update before we get to December and talk about your fundraiser at that time.
Sure.
And Sara and Jim, thanks so much for the work you've done so far and all the volunteers that have helped you really to delight a whole host of 100 or so kids. Yeah, so thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
We'll take a break for our supporters and we'll be back to wrap up.
Hi, I'm Molly Tichenal, manager and personal trainer at Snap Fitness, your 24-hour fitness solution. Snap Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm Shawn McNulty with the Sterling House Assisted Living, a part of Brookdale Senior Living. Our mission is to enrich the lives of those we serve with compassion, respect, excellence, and integrity. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Jan Hansen, and I am at A+ Sew and Back, the fun place to be. We are proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
It's time to wrap up the program here on this Friday, March 30th with a few announcements for you. The Owatonna Art Center is opening 2 new exhibitions this Sunday, April 1st. Mary McCartney is showing portraits and botanicals entitled In His Image. Nicholas Markel will be showing icons entitled The Visible Word. The public is invited to a reception with the 2 artists this Sunday from 1 to 4 o'clock, and then their exhibitions will run through April 29th, so lots of time to see them. And of course, the Owatonna Art Center gallery hours are from 1 to 5, Tuesday through Sunday, and they are closed on Mondays. So please take part in that artist reception and certainly see the exhibit on display. Upcoming programs at the Owatonna Public Library include this coming Monday, April 2nd, Minnesota poet Athena Kildegard. You know, I am not exactly sure of the timing on these programs, so you might want to give a call to the Owatonna the Owatonna Library to find out more. April 10th, we'll bring the best-selling author Victor, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. We'll let them do that when you call him. Best-selling Christian fiction author Beverly Lewis, and they'll be doing an Earth Day program also on April 22nd. Give them a call. I know these probably have specific times to them, but I don't have them on here, so give the library a call if you're interested in any of those. Don't forget, if you are in Steele County District 5, you have a special election for your commissioner coming up this next Tuesday, April 3rd. That is your general election unless you have already voted by absentee ballot. Crisis Resource Center is holding their 11th annual Healing of the Hearts of Our Children luncheon. That will be next Wednesday. If there are still tickets available, you can call the Owatonna Crisis Resource Center at 451-1212. A lot of times that does sell out. They have Victor Veith speaking with them, discussing the 5 obstacles that prevent us from ending child abuse. So a very good topic for that program and presentation. Owatonna Art Center is also featuring Americana Showcase, presenting Bob Wooten, Johnny Cash's lead guitarist for 30 years, and I did have the opportunity to hear him, and boy does he sound like Johnny Cash, and Brandon Sampson of 6 Mile Grove. They will be in concert on Friday, April 6th at the Owatonna Art Center. Tickets are $20 in advance, $24 at the door, and they are available now at the Art Center and Kotke Jewelers, so that promises to be a great concert. Full Moon Night Hike at Riverbend Nature Center in Faribault is Friday, April 6th from 8 to 9 p.m. If you're interested in taking part in that, please give them a call at 332-7151, or you can find them on their website or on Facebook to find out more about that and other programs at Riverbend Nature Center. Coming up next week on the Owatonna Today Show, we will be talking a little bit more about those Owatonna Library programs. We'll have a new business in town called You Betcha Dogs, and I'll keep you guessing on what that's about. Safe and Drug-Free Coalition, Transitional Housing Fundraiser, Steele County Clotheslines Fashion Show, and Clancher & Son Landscaping and Concrete, all on the docket for next week. You have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.